Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Ladies and germs, welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on a little site called Wikipedia.
Quick random article.
We talk about it.
Yeah, we do. Johnny,
Yes.
I have good news.
Oh, boy. There's only one thing I love more than good news.
Bad news.
Yep.
For people who love good news.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. This is a 5-star iTunes review, and it's from Maggie Ann 19914.
Okay. For
us.
You don't say.
I do say. I went in and found a bunch of her other reviews, and I think this is her best one. And it's titled, "This podcast has a very specific vibe."
I guess I can't argue with that.
It's hard to argue with that. And she goes on to say, and that vibe is sitting in the back seat on a long road trip while two good friends in the front seat make each other laugh.
And ignore you.
It's very comfortable and effortlessly funny, which I love. Good stuff.
That's very kind.
It is very kind, Maggie at 914.
But if you could pipe down, we're trying to have a conversation up here.
It kind of feels like yeah, if you're a freshman and you're making friends with like juniors or seniors and you're just happy to be there. Like, oh man, they're talking about Green Day. That's so cool.
You know, you are. We've gone on quite a few drives together.
That's true.
And 9 times out of 10, our friend Patrick is also there.
And he is the one in the back seat listening to us belt out Weird Al or Tenacious D or Beatles.
Or that one time that he has never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, and we described the plot to him and just sang the songs as they came up.
A cappella style.
And I think by the end of There's a Light, he just put in his headphones and fell asleep.
Yeah, 2 songs in. And then, we were like, well, fuck it. We still got, Eddie's song hasn't even happened yet. And we're getting to that.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that review. That's very kind.
Yeah, that was very kind.
Yeah, you want to just
talk about Monster Hunter World for the next 25 minutes?
No, I want to talk about Monster Rancher. That show was on ABC Family.
Wow. Was there a tie-in with the video game?
There must have been. But all I remember is that there was a big eye, a big yellow eye.
Yeah, and maybe he had a mouth?
Yeah, he definitely had a mouth. And
he had a big friend that was voiced by John Goodman.
No shit.
And
I just remember
it was called Monsters, Inc. But the eye thing did have a mouth.
Monster Ranchers, Inc. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monster Rank.
We skate around.
Yeah, skate around.
I feel like the Eye Man was very quippy too.
Oh yeah.
And one thing that I remember being weird about the show is there was the Eye Man, and that was one certain type of monster.
Sure.
And then there was a blue Eye Man that was considered a different type of monster, even though it was the same thing.
But it wasn't like a super Eye Man or something like that.
I mean, I'm only vaguely aware of the show, but yeah. Was Digimon like that? Were there multiple Agoromons or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I don't know. Like multiple Pidgeys.
Yeah. Or
God, I don't know.
Is Agoromon one of them? That sounds really close.
You honestly
to the
could
main
come
one.
up with you just slap a couple syllables in front of Mon, and you got one.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Did I tell you? I tried to watch the first episode again a few months ago, and it's completely impossible. And I have no idea how I did it when I was a kid, because each child, there's 6 children.
Mm-hmm.
Is the plural of child. 6 children, each with their own Digimon.
Sure.
And they don't have cute, fun names. They all have impossibly, like Agoromon, like Pronkamon. It was like things that don't have any
right. That's not
mnemonic devices.
Yeah.
Or, so and then each of those Digimon can
Digivolve.
They can Digivolve through several phases upwards, but they also secretly, we don't know this in the first episode, but have pre-Digivolutions or whatever. So
they undigivolve.
That's
right?
what I mean. Yeah. So not only are there 6 impossible to remember Digimon just of the kids themselves, not counting any of the,
others?
Endemic, Digimon of the world, but they each evolve multiple stages and they all have impossible names.
What is it called when they undigivolve?
I don't know if they're, I don't know the word.
Okay. I had a Digimon Tamagotchi.
Digivolve?
Digi-de-evolve.
Mm-hmm. I had a Tamagotchi.
Well, not a Digimon. But
I had one too.
Yeah, it was very cool.
And you could battle them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a Tamagotchi. I had a fuckload of Tamagotchis actually. I
had my share.
I've been trolling eBay a little bit, looking for an old school one, but they're expensive.
Fucking old school one. They have new school ones, dude. Look up Tamagotchi.
They're crazy now, and I don't want that bullshit.
I just want.
Look
at Tamagotchi on Wikipedia. I did it on a whim the other day, and it was there was like 12 different versions, and I was like, oh, and like each, and like in Wikipedia it was like version 1 had this, version 2 had these improvements, and
I loved my Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
All right, you want to get an article?
Yeah.
What if the article is fucking Tamagotchi?
What if there was 1 week that went by that you didn't ask something like that? Do you realize that you do that every episode?
Yeah, but what if though? It's gonna happen one of these days.
Well, yeah, if we just
I'm gonna say it every time, and then one day I'll be like, "See, it was
called
crazy."
Yeah, Babe Ruth calling your shot over there.
8-ball corner pocket. I'm Babe Ruth.
Dude, I watched a darts like supercut of just like dudes being awesome at darts in like real tournaments. Where there's like a huge crowd watching them.
Was it like in Robin Hood when he throws a dart right in the middle of a dart?
Yeah, basically. Like you have to score 501, and to do that perfectly, it takes 9 dart throws, and each one is just like there's like perfectly hitting like triple 20. Like,
do they keep the darts on the board? A few of them
on their when all of theirs stay on the board for their 3 shots, and then they remove them for their opponent.
Growing up, we had a dart board.
I don't know why.
Cork
one or is it one?
It was a cork one.
Because you know what I'm talking about, those plastic ones.
Yeah.
Those are impossible.
I don't know why we had it, but it was in like the entranceway of our house. But also in the entranceway of our house were
a beer mirror.
About 500 little holes in the wall, right around the dartboard.
That's great.
Yeah.
Was your dartboard? You have to be careful with those because sometimes they'll have lead paint on the darts, depending on the.
Yeah, I sucked on those and got real sick.
Okay, that explains your memory loss.
Whose?
What's our article here?
2nd Ranger Infantry Company, United States.
Okay. Finally, some homegrown articles.
The 2nd Ranger Infantry Company, Airborne, was a Ranger light infantry company of the United States Army active during the Korean War.
Okay.
As a small special operations unit, it specialized in irregular warfare.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, that sounds very bad. Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, worse, but not as bad as you would think. A segregated unit. Not great. All of its personnel, including its officers, were African Americans. Okay. So if you're going to be segregated, I guess that's the right one to be.
Well, there's no good choice.
No, there's not. But it's like at least it's not the white one. You know?
Guess what? Every other company was.
Yeah.
So read between the lines. Like,
I know. I know.
It's the Tuskegee Airmen, but in Korea.
Yeah. 1950 to 1951 is when they were active.
I mean, that tracks. I mean, we were still fucking Jim Crow and all that shit.
I'm sure I've told you this before, but
fucked up, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, I'm going to defend the country that hates me.
My high school was a very old high school. Like from it started in like the 20s or 30s.
Mine
or something.
too. Yeah.
One kind of cool thing about that, before I tell you the bad thing, is the band. I was part of the band. Was founded by someone from John Philip Sousa's band.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's pretty cool. But the bad thing is that we were a segregated high school when we first started. Yeah. And then after integration, they changed the school colors. Okay. So, and as part of the band, I would play all the pep rallies for the like reunions. Mm-hmm. And you would go and it would be like class of like 1920 or 1947, 1957, 19 whatever. And so all of the schools before were like purple and white, and then after integration the colors changed to green and gold.
Wow. So half your stadium, like as time goes on, will eventually transition into current colors. Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, there are still people with the old colors.
Yeah, but the cool thing is like every year they would come back and there'd be fewer and fewer of them.
Yeah,
that felt pretty good.
Yeah. Like literally watching progress.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like. We're almost there.
5, 4. Just champagne pops. Like, oh, we did it.
Yeah, how great will that be when, like, the last fucking reunion, like, okay, like, Dennis died. All green and gold, baby. That'll be pretty cool.
Can't wait. Fuck Dennis.
Yeah.
We're all saying
he's a menace. Activated and trained as a successor organization to the 2nd Ranger Battalion from World War II, the 2nd Ranger Company was formed and trained extensively in airborne warfare. Deployed to South Korea in December 1950, the company quickly adopted the motto of Buffalo Rangers, and worked extensively as a scouting force for the U.S. 7th Infantry Division. In this role, the company undertook several major operations against the Chinese People's Volunteer Army, including Operation Tomahawk, which I think we maybe got that as an article once. That sounds familiar. In early 1951. Yeah, I don't really care to read much more about this, especially with the irregular warfare.
You don't really want to delve into that too much.
That sounds bad, right? I mean, what could that...
we were using flamethrowers and shit up through Vietnam, I think. I'm pretty certain.
What could that... speaking of flamethrowers...
Which are illegal as fuck.
Don't tell Elon Musk. Right? For work, I'm in charge of the physical building stuff, and we're in an old warehouse, and everything is falling apart constantly. So the roof is very leaky often. So today, some roofing dudes came out and they had whatever roofing gunk that they put on roofs,
tar or whatever.
They have like a blowtorch that you use to for creme brulee, melt it or see. Yeah, and got to get a crisp shell right on the top, but you want it to be still nice and moist on the inside.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I let them up onto the roof. I was like, okay, do your biz. And then I was just walking around the office and could just hear it was crazy.
Just like the thing was happening.
And then all day people came up to me and they were like, are there people on the roof?
Do those guys have blowtorches?
Can I go hang out with them? Yeah, pretty wild.
I've always heard, I mean, in Florida, certainly, I can't speak to anywhere else necessarily, but roofing is one of the worst, because of the heat. It just sucks to do.
I bet.
And
you're standing on a black surface, so it's just
the thing that's designed to reflect the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done a bit of manual labor in my day, but nothing as strenuous as that.
Yeah. So it's probably awful, and I assume it's just as awful here, except maybe worse, because sometimes you just have to do it in the winter.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you probably have to wear a harness or something, right? Because I can imagine just hitting a patch of ice and...
Dude, we were up there today, and that one of those dudes was just looking right over the edge, it made me dizzy to watch him get that close. And I don't freak out about heights. I go up on the roof and it's whatever.
Yeah.
But getting that close to the edge was no siree.
I was walking down the hallway of my office building. We're on the 12th floor, and this has never happened to me in the 2+ years I've worked there. But for some reason, I just looked out, and the snow on the ledge made me
that
gave me vertigo.
So close, but
yeah,
everything else is so far.
Yeah, it gave me vertigo, and I had to hold onto the wall.
God. Yeah, I mean, you've done Sears Tower, right?
Yeah, which I don't love. I'm not a huge fan of heights.
In general, they don't bother me, but the Sears Tower is a little
much.
It's a little much to walk out onto that ledge and be like, "Yep,
yeah,
this would hurt."
But the thing is, it wouldn't even. Oh, you know what would suck? Here's what would suck. You step onto the ledge. There's a sky deck, which is just a glass
bottom boat.
Yeah,
essentially at the top of the building.
So the way it would break is the glass bottom would break and you'd fall through it. So yeah, you would lacerate your entire body.
Oh God,
you'd look
you'd bleed all the way down.
Yeah, you'd look like a Hellraiser. Just you'd have no.
You don't think it would? You think you would die so quickly that you wouldn't feel the pain?
Absolutely, that's what I believe.
I mean, I told you that story about that podcast where those people were skydiving and they survived.
That's true, but they landed on ground. They didn't land on cement.
Sure, fair enough.
So what they should do is just
put a trampoline, the sidewalk all around the sky deck, make it a trampoline.
I was gonna say something stupid, just as stupid, 30 feet around, basically a moat of just nice grass.
Yeah,
where it's you probably still will die, but it's better than nothing.
Then there's the Hancock building, which they don't have a thing where you walk out onto it, but you basically have you heard of this? You there's a window and you lean against the window and there are bars that you hold onto, and then the window lowers and you lower to
30 degrees.
I don't know how many degrees it is, but it's specifically the degrees are specifically designed to freak you the fuck out. It's this is how many
32, 33.
This is how many degrees you have to feel an incline of to feel like you're falling, and it just lowers you and you're like, okay.
What a stupid and useless thing.
Yeah.
Why?
And what if?
Like one time, what would the odds need? How high would the odds need to be? This is built into the system. Okay, this is not an accident. This happens. One in 1 million people that do that will the floor will drop out and they will plummet to their death.
Yeah.
How high do those odds need to be for you to still be willing to do it?
What do I get? Do I get money?
You don't get anything.
Then no, I just wouldn't do it.
Why would you do it in the first fucking place?
If I got some money, I would do it.
but they've built this thing for people to come and do. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. Neither you and I, we're not doing it. We'll never do it. And the odds of it falling are 0.
I might do it.
So there are people who do it for the thrill of it.
I mean, it's kind of like a roller coaster.
Exactly. So if you increase the thrill.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Well, then the only people who would do it would be like thrill fetishists, I think. Like the only way I can get off is if I think I'm going to die.
What if they charge for it? You have to pay $20 for it. I don't know how that changes it, but you know what I mean? Like,
oh, I assumed you would pay.
Okay. Do
what
you have to
if
pay right now as it is?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What if you pay?
Or what if they pay you? Okay, let's say they pay everyone $5. That does it.
No.
But 1 in a million, you die.
No.
They pay you $20, but 1 in 500,000 dies.
No.
They pay you $100,000, but you will die.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I think 1 in a million.
1 in a million is so. It sounds so good, but then you're like,
not.
No, it's
there
nothing.
are like what 7-8 million people
that
in
just
the city.
Live in the city. Yeah, I think it's like more than that, but yeah, it doesn't matter. That's a lot.
But it's not.
So yeah, just every day, like 8 people that live here die. That's what it boils down to.
You think 1 million people do that a day?
Oh, I'm just,
So how many people you think do it a day, and then you have to figure out how often. So if it's like
how many tourists do we get that go to that specific thing?
Like 1,000 people a day do it. How many weeks do we have to go before someone dies?
Well, what's 1 million times divided by 1,000? Was it like 10,000?
Fuck if I know. What do? You move.
It's 1,000. It's 1,000.
You move the 0 over twice, right?
Yeah. So it'd
3 times.
So if 1,000 people do it a day, it would take 1,000 days for someone to die.
That's 3 years.
That's pretty good, right?
But that could happen. That could happen at any time.
Yeah.
The first person to go,
and then the second person could go too.
Oh, but then just for 6 years, no one would go.
Exactly. Like,
I mean, the best time to go is immediately after someone falls.
Right. Because, well, I mean, it's not. Well, it depends. I mean, is it a true like random number generator?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not just like there's a bucket of white ping pong balls and there's one black ping pong ball. You know what I mean? Where like the odds literally are worse the longer you wait.
Oh, fuck.
See what I'm saying? Because like
that's more fun.
Because in the random number generator thing, it makes no difference when you go.
Mm-hmm. Damn. But what it like you? So you go up. There's a bucket.
Yes.
With ping pong balls.
Absolutely.
There are 1 million ping pong balls in the bucket. Or it's like the lotto.
Yeah.
Do they do that on TV still? I can remember my grandparents watching and the Florida Lottery logo.
Yeah.
Really makes me want to play the lotto.
Oh, like the flamingo with
it's
the
just
sunglasses.
Just a flamingo. Yeah.
Here, let me sweeten the deal for you.
Okay.
So if you go up in a group, as a group, you just pick 10, and then you see what you get. And so if one of the groups is gonna get what?
As a group, you pick one.
Oh shit!
Everyone has to do that.
Well, that sucks. That's no good. But I was thinking like a double edge to it, where it's like, okay, let's say there's a group of 10 of us, right? And all 10 of us, we just randomly get a ball assigned to us, and of the group, we get the one black ball. So now we do a second lottery, where where now your chances of dying are 1 in 10.
Fuck.
Yeah. Then we start getting into some game show let's make a deal kind of shit.
You remember we might have talked about this on the podcast a long time ago. We should make fucking t-shirts that say, I think we talked about this. If you would buy that, tweet us at Dilettante Ball, at DILETTANTEBALL, hashtag I've heard it all before. But there was that one game show where it was like
I was thinking of this too, where it's like
if you both like turn down the money, no one gets it. If you both accept the money,
so you both secretly pick like screw them over or
we split
work
it
together.
We
split or screw, let's say.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you both secretly pick split, then you split it. If you both secretly pick screw, then no one gets it.
And if one of you picks like take, I think it might be split, screw, and like take.
It's literally two things.
It is?
Yeah. So if Johnny picks screw and I pick split, well then I just get fucked over and you get all the money.
That's it. Yeah. So there was these people that did it, and one guy he just said like
right from the start,
I am going to fuck you.
So you need to pick what do you say? Like you need to pick split so that I get all the money, and then after the show I'll cut you a check for
half the money.
For half the money. And the guy was like, "No, fuck that."
And then like this went on for like an agonizing amount of time.
In real time, I think it went on for an hour, but they edited it down to, but it was still like 10 or 20 minutes on the show.
And come to find out, the guy who said he was going to pick screw picked split, right. And he was like, I had to lie to you. It was the only way to guarantee that we both like split the money.
Right. And they interviewed the other guy later, not the guy with the scheme, but the other guy. And they're like, what would you have picked? And he was like, I was 100% going to pick screw. Like, no matter what. He was like, I was going to. So the fact that he somehow got into my mind, it actually benefited both of us. You know, like...
I mean, that's the fucking way to do it.
Yeah.
I'll in the show notes, I'll post the...
What's really interesting is usually the scheme that they try to do is the opposite, where it's like, hey, like, I'm going to pick a split. You also have to pick split, please, and we'll split the money.
Yeah.
And then they end up screwing them because they lied.
Yeah.
So this guy also lied, but lied in a good way.
So fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's really good. It's really good. That reminds me, a thing that is always very funny to me is in the United States, scheme has a very negative connotation, but in England, which I think maybe is also where this game show happened to take place, which doesn't matter. Scheme does not at all have a negative connotation.
Really?
It basically means the same thing as like plan.
What? That's crazy.
So like, I was over in England and the BBC was on and they were like, oh, the governor's, not governor, whatever, barrister's new healthcare scheme will benefit 6 million Britons. And I was like, what?
The barristers are weaseling their way into a new scheme.
He was like, enough editorializing. But like, and I've heard it used before, like since then, and it just does not seem to have a negative connotation there, which is so strange because it
absolutely.
I mean, on the show Shining Time Station, the bad man was named Schemer.
Schemer? I don't remember that. Who was the bad man? Was he a train?
He ran. No, he was not a train. He ran like the arcade or whatever inside the station or the jukebox, and he always had like a little one of those little coin
like a change machine on your belt.
Yeah, and he would like put like a coin in the machine, but it had like a string tied to it, and he would pull it out and stuff like that. And then
did he run the place?
I don't fucking know. I haven't watched this show in 20 years. I'm just telling you, he had schemes.
A lot of potholes.
And his nephew's name was like Lil Schemy.
Lil Schemy. That's my new rap name for sure, right? Lil Schemy.
You should look up Schemer.
I guess I will. I mean, what if I just fall into a hole where I just get really into Thomas the Tank Engine? My brother had a Thomas the Tank Engine birthday party when he was like 4.
Why do kids love trains so much? I
still love trains.
Our neighbor, their kid, is really into garbage trucks.
I was into garbage trucks as a kid too. What is that?
I don't know. So like, whenever the garbage man comes, they're saying that he just like
he's
outside. Like, oh, it's the garbage man. We gotta go see the garbage truck.
I don't know what it is about it. I could make a guess.
You love that stinky, stinky trash.
That's the thing, is it smells so good. It just reminds me of home. Like, first of all, like the dudes are just riding on the outside of it. That's cool as hell.
That's rad. And it smashes shit.
That's
pretty tight.
What else do you want? Like, that's cool as hell. It's just a big old truck that smashes shit.
And you ride on the outside.
Fuck yeah. You're just like bros with this truck. They might be good. I'm not sure. I don't know what one of their songs, but I mean, I love the Misfits, so.
Yeah, we got that tattoo.
Yeah, the whole back piece. It took fucking like 12 hours, 2 sessions. That sounds about right? No,
a whole back piece.
12 hours, 2 sessions.
A 6-hour session is a long time.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking champ.
This was 3-4 hour sessions.
Holy shit, for real?
Yeah.
My piece looks like shit though. You gotta keep that in mind.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.